let's start talking about birthday offerings now. And a lot of what I've been talking about for the past day and a quarter here has been on the traditional youth birthday, the structured party, the 4 to 10-year-old. But there's a lot of others that you have to start thinking about, like I said, to start growing your program. This 4 to 10 market right now, if you look at the last 10, 12 years of a decline in births, well, this 4 to 10 market has shrunk. And so naturally, if there's more competition and a shrinking market, Economics 101 say that you're probably going to struggle and you're not going to have as many parties no matter how good you are, no matter what you're doing. So you've got to reinvent the way that you're going to do it, or start looking at other offerings. I look at a 1 to 3-year-old party as not a birthday party. I look at it as a family gathering, and whether it's through COVID or whether it's in the future. 1 to 3-year-old parties are going to be larger, they're going to be more adults, and they're going to be dysfunctional age groups. They're going to be all kinds of different ages. There could be the 1-year-old and some cousins and some friends that are 2 and 3 and 4, whatever it happens to be, but they're not going to be a group of 10 1-year-olds that you're going to run a structured party. Same with 2 and even 3-year-olds to some degree, depending on what your attractions are. So that means if it's more about the adults, it's more about the food and beverage. It's also more about the being in the party room longer, because they need a place to eat and drink. They can't just go in and go out like we would normally do with our youth structured party. At the same time, they'll offset there are folks that will want to do a 1 or 2-year-old party at your place. And if you allow, again, the tail wagging the dog, all these adults to come in, and you're not charging them or making any money on them, they're not eating. You tell me they're playing your games, but we can follow that through and say, well, that's probably not happening either. Or if it is, it's a very low amount, but they're taking up space. And right now, post-COVID, and for the next probably year or so, space is going to be something that you're going to have to manage. Because if you do have too many people in the small space, people are going to be a little bit sketched out for a while. And if you're not making any money on those people that are there, or if it's not part of the overall program that you're, again, producing the health of your business, you're going to disease your business by doing it. Folks will have a party, invite all their adult friends at your place if you allow it, bring food in if you allow it, because their apartments are too small. And plus you clean it all up. So they will. That's okay as long as they're paying for it. So a family celebration is typically the first and last party of a Saturday or Sunday, and that's it. It's a 2-hour party in the party room, so it's structured differently. It's very unstructured. It's more of a task service, cater-oriented type event. The other party we're going to talk about a little bit later is the teen or another unstructured party, and this is going to be a Friday or Saturday night where it'll be a 2 to 2.5 hours. Your host becomes more of a server, gopher for the teens. The teen runs the party. If you want a teen party to work successful, keep the parents out. Teen parties are the only ones where unlimited rides or unlimited attraction works well, because they come in, they come out, they're far less kids. It's a time where they have control. They can move around the facility better. There are no parents involved in restricting or telling them what to do. So it tends to work. We said the adult, especially milestone parties, are something you should think about depending on your facilities. And whether you have a good food and beverage or not, okay, you can always cater in better quality food. If you cater in, you don't make quite as much money as if you were to make it. But at the same time, don't detour away from it or just have your basic pizza and nachos because that's all you have in your concessions, when you can cater it in other types of things, and you get a wholesale price and then you charge them the retail, and that's your difference of what you make with it. The same with beer and wine. You may not have beer and wine. It'd be suggested that you start to do that as you start moving more towards adults and millennial entertainment. Mobile parties that we talked about, we were just talking about with Grant. I'm going to talk about that a little bit further. Those again are 4 to 16. That can supplement your entire party program, not just in the shoulder seasonal months of like the summertime, but you're going to find that there's a market, corporate market, for them wanting to come to you instead of them coming to you, for you going to them, going to their site. Churches, schools are the big part of it, and then backyard parties are the smaller piece of a mobile concept. And the last one that you'll probably just blow your mind. 8 out of 10 millennials have dogs, and they don't have kids yet, but they have dogs. And so the dog is their child. And because of that, canine parties are starting to pop up, not just in kennels or overly large doggy daycares, but they're starting to pop up in all kinds of places, because these dogs are socialized. It's not like the old dog you're afraid is going to go to the bathroom in your place. No, these dogs are fairly socialized, and so that's why they go to restaurants. So most millennials take their dogs, sit with them, eat with them, drink with them, and so on. And it's something to contend with as far as that goes. I would say the majority, if you have millennial kids, or if you know millennials and they have a dog, they have a birthday party for their dog at their house typically, and they'll invite other dogs over, their dog friends. So they're doing it there. That means there's a potential for it to be part of your commercial part of it.